and continuing with the introduction to some of the techniques I'm going to look at in the Flourishing and its Geometric Framework course on March 15th and 16th. I'm going to take that block of text that you saw me decorate a little bit, and I'm going to augment it yet again so you can see some different types of flourishes. I'm really going to be using some 18th century flourishes, but for this video I'm going to start with a Cadel flourish for the S, for the majuscule in sonnets. So I'm now going to use a series of different types of line endings, and you'll notice that I've put the edge, the right margin, away from the text. So I'm going to flourish up to that line. So I'm going to move around a little bit more so that I can actually see the edge, because the last time I tried this I went over the edge and I really want to square this edge off properly. So I'm going to use a series of flourishes, and over the coming days I will show you a couple of variations on these. This is the next step up from the previous set of flourishes. So I'm keeping that edge there, and I'm going to add something else into this. So this is really typical of English Roundhand. So English Roundhand has a lot of variant angles for where the tool can face. So notice I've gone from the Copperplate script angle of 55 to a horizontal angle, and now I'm going to a very different angle. So I'm going to pull upwards. So I want the nib to face me, and the back of the shaft of the pen staff to face away from me. And I'm going to change the position back to the writing. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. So there's the sonnet with the Cadel construction, and I love this this swell stroke construction for these three X's. Well, it should have actually been an X, an I, and an X for 19, but I got carried away. And then these line ending flourishes. So these have to go all the way under the line below the top line so that it can also flourish through it. So I fiddled around with this one a little bit because it was quite short when I came out. So I added a loop to give me that curve. And there is your humble servant from it's based on an example from the Universal Penman. So remember, I was holding the nib so it faced upwards, so I could spread the tines in these different directions. So obviously, if you're holding the nib this way, you will find that the deposition of the shade is in a very different place to where it is here.